Good evening, everybody. It is February 5th, 2022. And tonight we are going to be walking around the St. Mark's neighborhood of New York City. It is freezing cold tonight, so we probably will be only about an hour, 2-hour stream. Hey, NG is here, Quant is here. What's up, Quant? Chris Beeman. What's up, Chris? The Aviator and Jim Forever is here. Jonathan Richards, good to see you. NG says, happened to be on my phone and got the notification. What's up, NG? Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday indeed. Sarah G, Optimus Prime. The Aviator says, long time no see. Happy to see you in New York City. What's going on, the Aviator? Judy D, Antonio Rodriguez says, what's up, bro? Sanjeev is here, says, good evening, Tom and the Walks in Wall Street family. Pacific Desert Raid. Good to see everybody. Gerald Vincent says, hey, Tom, still in New York City. So I will be headed back to Miami tomorrow. I just managed to get a flight. You know, the flights have been crazy, especially, you know, being that there's a massive, I believe it was ice storm that just concluded in Texas. So the flights all up and down the East Coast have been a little bit crazy. And Jesus, safe travels tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Joey says, hey, Tom, happy Saturday. Kira J is here. Danny says, hello from El Salvador. Good to see you. So you know what? I kind of took the day off today just to sort of, you know, sit down, read some stuff. But I was reading an interesting article about the founder of Audible. So obviously everybody knows, just to first to give some context on where we are. We're on the corner of Cooper Street and East 7th Street. We're going to be walking around St. Mark's today. But I was reading an interesting article about the founder of Audible. And obviously we know that, you know, Audible is now owned by Amazon. But the gentleman's name who founded Audible is Don Katz. Really, really interesting story. It was one of the highlighted articles in Investors Business Daily today. So if you guys want to check that out, if you just Google Don Katz, Investors Business Daily, talk about it, an amazing story. Hey, Edson is here. Dwayne says, greetings from Alberta, Canada. What's going on? Good to see everybody from Canada. Sally's here, says, hey, Tom. Chris Mills says, hey, Tom. God, it's cold. It's freezing tonight. Alan Wilson is here. What's up, Alan? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Pacific Desert Raids, his last New York stream. Yeah, so I'm going back to Miami, Florida tomorrow. But I will be back in New York. I see Carol H. Good to see you, Carol. Horatio Snipes Horatio is here bright and early. Sarah D, good to see you. A lot of people from Canada. Carol H says hi, Tom and everybody. What's up, Carol? We are here at St. Mark's Place, which really tends to be a big area for partying and things like that. Hey, Sanjeev says, Tom, I stayed with my brother-in-law at the Cooper Union when I was a student at NYU 10 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome, Sanjeev. Texas Princess says, good evening, Tom. Scott says, Ottawa is pumping. What's going on? Optimus Prime, I did not get a chance to look into that yet. Two Wheel Pines, good to see you. Betzita Lopez, how are you? Good afternoon. Hope everybody is enjoying their weekend so far. Mets fan 1023 says, happy birthday, Jerome Powell. I didn't know that. But good to see a Mets fan. We're going to be walking around St. Mark's Place a little bit. But this just happens to be a big college town for not only people that go to NYU, but really all the major colleges and universities here in New York. If you look right across the street at 101 Astor Place, this is actually a satellite location for St. John's University, which is pretty cool. Alan Wilson says, the people from Canada want to see some place where it's colder. Well, I'm not sure if it's colder in New York tonight, but it is probably around, I don't know, I'd say 18 degrees, pretty cold. Ken Kramer's here. What's up, Ken? Welcome, everybody. Terry P says hi, Tom, and everybody. Do you get to spend a lot of time with your beagle while you're home? Sometime. Not as much as I'd like, but we do get to spend some time, which is always good. Good to see you, Terry P. So there's actually a pretty good ramen place here, which I go to quite often. Horatio Snipes says, Tom, I'm at work eating oatmeal, watching the beautiful stream. Awesome, Horatio. Love that. It's definitely a frigid cold night tonight in New York. Hey, the Aviator says we got a cat just a couple hours ago. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. So now we are at 14 St. Mark's Place, Funky Town, East Village. Hey, Brian says hello, Tom. What's up, Brian? Good to see you. Hey, the Joker movie. So that's all the way in the Bronx. So if you want to see that, we're gonna have to eventually. Maybe we'll do that when the weather's not. Hey, Mickey Handel says hello. Good to see you. Pacific Desert Raid says I hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday. I'm having a pretty good Saturday, to be honest. Pretty good. What about you? Sarah G says, let the cat take its time. Cats are very nervous at first. Hey, Lady O is here. Says hello again, Tom, and everybody. What's up, Lady O? I was checking in on Lady O's live stream today from an awesome coffee shop in New Jersey. Good to see you. Lady O, we're in the East Village today at St. Mark's Place, walking around a little bit. This is a big college town in New York. Hey, Razzle Dazzle 786 says, hey Tom, hello friends, and happy Saturday. What's up, Razzle Dazzle? Good to see you. Scott says, thanks for streaming again, man. No problem. Mars is here. So I didn't have time to program the Nightbot tonight, but I was reading an amazing story about the founder of Audible. And his name is Don Katz, and he sold the company to Amazon. So if you guys want to read an interesting story about the founder of Audible, his life story, the way he actually came up with the idea for audiobooks, if you just Google search Don Katz Investors Business Daily, he was in one of the main cover stories this week. Hey, Jeff says, I'm late, but thoughts on what happened with Meta. So we were talking about that a lot this week. And I think the main thing to understand with Meta from their earnings report is that for the first time ever, in their average daily users using Facebook. But, you know, as we know, there's a lot of diversity at the company Meta, right? They just don't own Facebook. They own other social media outlets and platforms as well. So maybe over time, as they diversify away from their pure play Facebook, you know, maybe Instagram and other sort of technologies will pick up the slack. But it was definitely a disappointing earnings report. But I mean, overall, I think we've just been really, really spoiled with big tech companies reporting unbelievable earnings. You know, this past week we heard from Microsoft, Google, parent company Alphabet, and everybody was reporting blowout, lights out earnings. Hey, Samantha J, good to see you, Samantha J. Dante Rose is here. Hey, Out and About. What's up, Out and About? Out and About is our moderator from Toronto, Canada. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hey, Carol Williams says, Tom, I am enjoying watching your live YouTube video while working on my business law assignment. You bring New York City alive to us who are living overseas. Very cool, Carol. Well, good luck on your assignment. I'm sure you're going to do well. Hey, Buy the Book is here. So Buy the Book. Good to see you. Lily Ray. Hey, War Walker. Says, I thought today was Sunday. So War Walker tomorrow, I'm actually flying back to Miami, which I'm really excited about because today is bone-chillingly cold. Let's just say that. Freezing. So it's going to be nice to be back in the 75-degree weather, sun. So I'll probably be there for about 2 or 3 weeks. Hey, Vinny Castellano, good to see you. This is Staten Island on the walk. What's up, Vinny? Happy Saturday. Hope you and your wife are well. Lizzie says, what's up, everybody? Hey, Patrick, New York is here. What's up, Patrick? Good to see you. So this is a very famous coffee spot where you can buy like whole bean coffee, even teas. It's a very cool place. Alton says, hey, Tom, how's it going? It's going really good. The Aviator says, I'm more of a cold guy. You get headaches. Interesting. Fang is here. Good to see you, Fang. Bernard Friedman, as always. Good to see you. Bernard is joining us from Southern Florida. Good to see you. Look at these 2 dogs walking down the street here. I believe they're called, what is the breed? Dachshunds, I believe? The hot dog kind of dogs? Yeah, Horatio Snipes says, Tom, have you been to Joe's Coffee? Joe's is pretty good. Really good spot. You know, I actually went to the Bean today. I'm not sure if any New Yorkers in the chat have heard of that coffee shop, but good coffee there. The Bean. It's usually open late too, around 9 o'clock. Hey, I see Beta Mario. Says, hey, Tom, decided to come to the stream today since you're... G Hope says, do you invest in commodities like coffee? So I don't invest into coffee, right? I think the vast majority of people who are, I wouldn't say a lot of the companies that have large exposure to coffee beans, like a Starbucks or a McDonald's, they'll probably trade coffee futures, right? To hedge against positions, to hedge against potential price inflation. But me personally, I don't trade or invest in commodities futures. That's definitely not my area of expertise. But, you know, it's interesting. You know, Ray Dalio, I think everybody pretty much knows Ray Dalio. One of his first activities or jobs he talks about in his book Principles was trading futures for McDonald's. Pretty interesting. So he was working with McDonald's to trade the futures contracts on various items. Hey, Pat Watervlogs is here. Hey, Pat Watervlogs, thank you so much for the support. You're awesome. Thank you. Otto is here. Miguel Gonzalez, good to see you. Bianca M. Hey, Out and About says, Tom, did you design your cover photo? I did not. I did not design it. I helped in designing it, but somebody else put it all together for me, which I think is nice. ST says, does your tour have a trades discussion every night? Just curious. So usually on the weekends, we don't talk about finance too much. We usually just hang out. But it's pretty much free flowing. We could really talk about anything. But thank you for being here. Shadow Ship says, hello, Tom. What's up, Shadow Ship? Good to see you. Brett S is here. Good to see you, Brett S. Miguel, good to see you again. Somebody is asking, what are these tents outside? So everything here is the outdoor dining setups. 19 pandemic. Many of the restaurants and shops in New York City have set up outdoor dining facilities. Animal DL says, hi, Tom, love you right back. Sunshine After Rain is here. Sarah G is here. Good to see you, Sarah G. Beta Mario says, hey, Tom, have you went to a place outside of America? So I have. I've been to Canada. But oftentimes I kind of think of US and Canada as the same thing. What about you guys? Hey, Michelle McGraw is here. What's up, Michelle? The one and only Michelle McGraw, NNB 045. This happy Saturday, Tom. What's up, NNB 045? It's a freezing cold night here in New York City, everybody. Freezing. Patrick, New York, good to see you, thanks. Sunshine after rain. And I see Penelope in here. What's up, Penelope? Happy Saturday. Good to see you. Penelope is joining us from Tennessee. So good to see you. To Explore Videos is hello from upstate New York. Very cool. I think upstate in Syracuse today, there was a big basketball game. The Syracuse Orange were playing basketball today. Wolf Theta is here. What's up, Wolf Theta? ST's is the Village. Yeah, so we're in the East Village today. We were walking St. Mark's Place. But you know what? There's actually one of my favorite bookstores here called East Village Books. Armored Knights is freezing here in West Virginia. Yeah, it's freezing here in New York too. Really, really freezing. Carol Williams says it is 73 degrees Fahrenheit in Antigua and Barbuda. Wow, that's beautiful. Beautiful weather there. Sarah G, good to see you. Wolf Theta, Ivan says, I just read The Great Gatsby and it reminds me of you. Awesome, Ivan, good to see you. Happy Saturday. DW is here, says hi, Tom. Brian says, Tom, are you going to stream when you travel abroad? I don't know, probably not. If I ever travel abroad, I'm not sure if I would be able to stream. Hey, everybody, check this out. I always like looking at the artwork on the walls here. I'll show you guys. Check this out. I think this is such a cool... Hey, Jan is here. Says, hey, from Montreal. What's up? Hey, Wolf Theta says, Principles is an awesome book. It is a good book. I enjoyed it a lot. That Cat, Remy says, Tom, don't you find the Citadel Security Chicago fire to be suspicious? I've never even heard about that. There was a fire there? Lady O says, East Village Books, I've been there. It's a great bookstore. So sometimes you could find very rare books at the East Village bookstore because oftentimes they get their books from estate sales. So I actually was able to find one of the original copies ever printed of a book called Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. And I found it in that bookstore. And that book is worth like $1,000. It's one of the original copies, one of the original prints. Hey, Cynthia Beale is here. Hey, Cynthia. War Walker, hope everything is well in Miami.
Which he treasures very much because it's like a very sort of
So very seldom do we come to the East Village on the streams, but I thought it would be cool to take a quick walk around because it is a nice area. We don't get to come here as often as we'd like. Hey, Joe Hernandez says, hey, Tom, I used to love hanging out in the East Village. It's definitely a great place, Joe. Good to see you. Hope you're well, Joe Hernandez. Crazy Autos says, Tom, you could find stuff like that at the Strand as well. You know, I never knew that. I thought Strand was just a bookstore. I didn't know they had like used books. Check this place out. This place is pretty cool. JQG Atlas says East Village is cool. Sue Lane says getting nostalgic. What's up, Sue? I like the door here. Has all the graffiti on it. It's like a little bar. Pretty cool. Hey, Michael Johnson says found a copy of the book Margin of Safety on Amazon for $6,500. Yeah, I mean, the original copies of Margin of Safety are extremely, extremely expensive because I believe there was only 2,000 copies ever put into circulation. Hey, Solo 401's here. What's up, Solo? Hope you're having a good weekend. Solo, are you working the weekends or you have off? I forget. I think you told me a couple times, but I'm not sure if you're working and you have off or what. Fang, good to see you. Ah, somebody says AK was in the East Village earlier. Awesome. Animal DL says, did you hear about the Canadian Trucker Freedom Convoy? I have heard about it. I think everybody's pretty much heard about it now. Solo 401 says my schedule rotates now. 10-4, copy. Pixel Logic says, hey Tom, what's up Pixel Logic? So I think we're close to Avenue A, I believe this is. Let me see. This place is good, Ralph's Italian Ice. It's actually originally from Long Island, where I'm from. I think the original location is in Massapequa Park, right where I used to get on the train station to go to work every day on Long Island. So very good place. Sarah G, good to see you. Humane says, hey Tom, headed south, warmer weather, ahoy. Yeah, I'm excited. I am excited. It's freezing out tonight, guys. Roy S, good to see you. Hey, Juan says, good evening, Tom. Came back from Vegas yesterday. It didn't go well. Yikes. Well, at least I hope you had a good time, maybe. Hey, Cynthia Beal says, Tom, I was on Wall Street. I stopped by La Colombe Coffee. It was cold and I thought about how easy you make it look. I am older, can't walk so far as you do. Yeah, it's definitely freezing. Hopefully you got a cup of coffee or something to help you warm up. Hey, the Mighty Bull is here. What's up, Mighty Bull? Yeah, Mighty Bull, feel free to drop the link to your page there. Ken Kramer says Ralph's Italian's first location was in Richmond and Staten Island. Oh, was it really? I thought it originated on Long Island for some reason. I know there's a location in Merrick as well as Massapequa Park, but I did not know the original location was in Staten Island. I thought it was a Long Island thing. Thanks for clearing that up. Appreciate that. Hey, Cecilia Thomas is here. What's up, Cecilia? Long time no see. Hope you're well. We are walking the East Village tonight. We are on East 10th Street. Walking in the cold here. Hey, photos from around New York. What's up, photos? Good to see you. Yes, that is right. We are near Tompkins Square Park on Avenue A. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ralph's. I like Ralph's. So I think the main competitor, or a lot of people compare it to Rita's. I'm not sure if anybody's had Rita's Italian Ice. Hey, Cynthia Beal says, I grew up on Avenue C. It was a rough neighborhood. Richard Mars says, hey, Tom. Photos from around New York. Good to see you. So I wanted to ask everybody, you know, because we talk about different types of books and things like that on the stream all the time. But as you guys, the viewers, would you rather listen to an audiobook or would you rather read a physical book? Because, you know, now that I'm thinking about efficiencies, and I was reading an interesting article today that was outlining the founder of Audible before he sold it to Amazon. His name is Don Katz. So I was just wondering what you guys prefer. Would you prefer to read an actual physical copy, or do you think it's more efficient to listen to audiobooks? Sarah G says audiobooks. Michelle McGraw says depends on what I'm doing. Cindy says physical book for sure. Warwalker's like audio if it was your voice. Funny, Warwalker. Kira J says audio while hiking. Audio, okay. physical book. Yeah, for some reason, I mean, I actually prefer the physical books myself. I'm seeing pretty much everybody in the chat saying audiobook. Some people are saying physical. Lily Ray says audiobooks. Razzle Dazzle says I have the attention span of a squirrel, so audiobooks. Same here. Donald, good to see you. Juan says audible book. Hey, Ferry says hello from Miami. Ivan says both. I think for me, also, it's about building an actual collection of books, right? I think it's, you know, I mean, at least for me, I think ever since I started college, right around 17 years old, I started building a library. And I want to see how big the library can get, because let's say if I'm 80 years old, I could just pass my library down to, you know, my grandkids or something like that. I always like going on Google and Google searching like photographs of beautiful libraries in people's houses. Hey, Jackie M is here. What's up, Jackie? Good to see you. Photos from around New York says, Tom, the benefit of audio is that one, you know the duration of the time, and two, you could listen to the book again. That's really true. Anna says, I prefer physical books, but Cita Lopez says audio. Agreed. So I think I'm gonna try to listen to more audiobooks, in my view. I tend to read physical copies, but I'm trying to really streamline a lot of efficiencies in my life. And I think I could cut back on a lot of time by listening to audiobooks as opposed to physical copies. Yeah, South Beach Traders is the Morgan Library. Such a good example there. So if anybody doesn't know what South Beach Trader is talking about, there's an unbelievable museum here in New York City called the Morgan Library, and it is fantastic. You have to visit. But you know what, I will say, when I went to the Morgan Library, a lot of the times they do rotate a lot of the exhibits between the Morgan Library and the Henry Clay Frick Museum, which is also in New York City. Has anybody here ever been to the Henry Clay Frick Museum on the Upper East Side? Sarah G says, if you put like 10 books in a box, it's so heavy. True that. Hey, Sally's here, says I love audiobooks. Jackie M says physical for the rest of the day. What's up, Jackie M? Jackie M says audiobooks for walking time. Vinny Castellano from Staten Island says real book. Penelope says physical book. I am visual and it sinks in better. Repeating here. Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. Yeah, if you don't have a permanent residence, moving books are a pain. You're right. You're right. Yeah, I actually just went through that. So what I did, because I think you guys have seen my library when I had my other apartment in Manhattan. And so when I closed on my house in Miami, literally, I had to take the whole library apart, put it in boxes and ship it via UPS. And I think when all was said and done, it cost me over $500, maybe even more. I think to ship my entire library from New York City to Miami, it cost me a lot of money. So you are right. Hey, I Revis is here. What's up, I Revis? Kyle says, hey from Pittsburgh. Love Pittsburgh. I have a lot of buddies from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hey, Charlie Richardson. What's up, man? Good to see you, Charlie Richardson. Man, look at all the garbage on the street. Okay, so now we are on 1 Avenue Station. The L train goes to Brooklyn. We're right outside of the Stuyvesant Gourmet Bodega here. Hey, Demario says, pull up to the Bronx. I'm in the Bronx. You know, I actually used to work in the Bronx off the Grand Concourse there. That was when I was doing some technology consulting with the very large home healthcare agency. And one of my favorite Mexican food spots is in the Bronx, right off of the Grand Concourse there. But I was really far up. I remember it took me a long time to get there. I'll put it to you this way. I was very close to Bronx Science Academy, which I think is the best high school in the city, and Lehman College. Yeah, Joe Hernandez says this area used to be so bad back in the day. Animal DL says, Tom, what's your favorite street food? So my favorite street food place is right outside of 30 Rockefeller Center, but it's on 6th Avenue. And it's a halal place. And it's called Adele's Famous. Hey, Jackie M says, my son is going to Lehman College to swim. That's awesome. That's so cool. JQG Atlas, JQG Atlas, I can't talk tonight. Says Stuyvesant High School. Yeah, Stuyvesant is very good as well. Brooklyn Tech, all that. Hey, Marty McFly says, howdy everybody. What's up, Marty McFly? Jamie Price says, good evening, Tom. Beta Mario says, flaming hot Cool Ranch Doritos. Very cool. This looks like a pretty happening, interesting place. Has anybody been here? I guess it's like a taco place. Pretty cool. Hey, Samir Sell says hi from Brazil. What's up, Samir? Mickey Mantle says, not a fan of dirty water dogs. Not really. I have a story about that, which I won't tell again because the channel is growing a little bit too big. And I don't want to freak anybody out. Hey, we have a lot of viewers from Russia. Welcome everybody from Russia. Hope you're well. Hope you're staying warm. Hey Ace, good to see you. NMB045 says you're craving nachos. We're coming up on East 12th Street. We're gonna go back to St. Mark's. We're gonna make a right, and then we're gonna head uptown. But you know what? Some of these outdoor dining places actually look pretty nice. This one looks pretty cool. Hey, Russ NYC is here. This is Russ NYC just became a member. Thank you, Russ NYC, for the support. I appreciate it. Enzo, what's up, Enzo? Good to see you. Bella's Gam says hello from Pennsylvania. Good to see you. Jackie M says it looks cold tonight, but not too bad. It's freezing. I'm freezing. Photos from around New York says Tompkins Square Bagel is considered one of the best bagels in the city. It is actually pretty good. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Very good. Hey, Roy S is here. What's up, Roy S? Okay, East 12th Street. We're walking downtown. But I want to go back to St. Mark's before we walk uptown. But there's a lot of cool places that I've never been to. Check out this little wine bar here. Looks like a good time. Check it out. 186th Avenue A, wine, food, and friends. That's all we need, everybody. Hey, Disney cast members here. Now we got a full house. What's up, Disney? Disney cast member, what's the temperature in upstate New York? I'm freezing here and it's only 18 degrees. Good to see a Disney cast member. So this sign says it's okay to talk about your 401k. We talk about that a lot on the channel. Hey, Sunshine New York says, hey Tom, stay warm please. I will. Yeah, Sunshine New York's a good area. So back during my college days, this was my favorite neighborhood to skateboard, hands down. I'd be out here after work until like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, skateboarding, hanging out during the summer, good times. Hey, Marilyn Ringel is here. What's up, Marilyn? Good to see you. Marilyn is joining us from Murray Hill. Hey, and the one and only British Gray is joining us in the chat from Tampa, Florida. Good to see you. So this place is A10 Kitchen Happy Hours, Tuesday to Friday, 4 p.m. to 7. FredX says it's 25 degrees here in Alaska, Tom. Welcome everybody from Alaska. Durman, this has just popped on. Where are we going today, Tom? Shop by Scott is here, good to see us. But Durman, we're walking around the East Village, Lower East Side, St. Mark's Place. Love the sound of the skateboard, guys. And East says, how are people eating outside? I have no idea. I really don't know. I think it's way too cold to eat outside today. Disney cast member says, Tom, it's 1 degree here. It feels like -6. Yeah, Disney cast member, that's a little bit too cold for me. But good to see you in the chat. Thank you for joining tonight, and I hope your weekend is off to a great start. Hey, Larry says, I'm enjoying my 65 degrees in Mexico. Mike S says, outside dining in February isn't fun. Agreed. Well, I think the vast majority of the places here, they probably have those outdoor heaters. But still, I mean, an outdoor heater in 18-degree weather, probably not the best. Hey, South Beach Trader. This is hard liquor helps. Well, South Beach Trader, I'm going to be back in Miami tomorrow. Thank God. So we're right near Tompkins Square Park on East 9th Street. N E says, are you trying to retire early? I am not. Jackie M says, Tom, do you cook at home? Very, very rarely. To be honest, very rarely I do. And especially ever since I moved to Miami. I mean, I've been eating Cuban food every night. I think I'm almost addicted to it, to be honest. Hey, Joey Cactus says, shout out to the Canadians fighting for our freedom right now. What's up, Joey? Jerry says, book a cruise to Mexico for $400 a person. Marjan Worldwide, good to see you. Norm C says, did you get a cheap flight? Not this time. I got banged over the head a little bit. I paid about $112, but it's all right. Durman says, was in Malibu this morning, and it was very warm, very cool. Ken Kramer says, what are your thoughts on the inflation issue? So Ken Kramer, it's going to be a very busy week on Wall Street next week. We have a lot of inflation information coming out. So if you guys remember last month, we covered the CPI numbers printed a little bit over 7%. They came in right around 7.1%. But we're also getting the updated CPI numbers coming out this week. And I believe many analysts on Wall Street and economists are predicting a print of about 7.2. So we'll see. I think inflation is going to continue to rage. I think a lot of that is due to supply chain issues. But tomorrow is going to be the Sunday night stream where we give a complete markets a look ahead. We're going to cover a lot of the things that is going on in the market for next week. And we'll touch on that for sure. Hey, Falcon Space is here. What's up, Falcon Space? UK Chicken Andy says crypto will hit strong. Ken Kramer says I own investment properties and taxes and utilities are up a lot. But Ken Kramer, are you able to offload that cost to a lot of your tenants? You know, I was talking with one of my buddies that's actually a junior economist at Bloomberg, and he says that a lot of the pricing power and rents are really coming from increased utility and energy costs that are being passed on to the tenants. Mike S says, unfortunately for restaurants, I cut back on dining out to offset inflation. This is Mike S. Interesting piece of data there, Mike. Thank you for sharing that. App Adi says, don't say a bad word. Ace, good to see you. Marjan Worldwide says, Tom, will you be taking a vacation in 2022? So I really don't take vacations, like where I just go to a particular place and don't do anything. I try to incorporate like work into like my lifestyle. So I think that's why I also moved to, or got a place in Miami where it's almost like a vacation, right? So I work in New York, I work in Miami, so it's pretty good. Hey, Marcy M says, hey Tom, good evening. Ken Kramer says, Tom, the tenants are getting squeezed. Tony Lagus is here, good to see you. Gamer Girl says, were you born in Florida? I was not. I'm from New York, but I just moved. I just bought a place in Florida 4 months ago. Brett S says, Tom, do you stream from Miami, Florida? We do. We stream all the time from downtown Brickell. We actually oftentimes see a lot of dolphins and manatees on the streams. NMB045 says, I still lead out because support the businesses. Agreed. Hey, Talbish is here. Good to see you, Talbish. Talbish, tonight we were talking, you know, obviously for those of you who are new to the stream, we do not have dedicated financial topics on the weekends. We sort of just take a break and walk around. But I did want to share with everybody, I was reading an interesting article about the founder of Audible. And the founder of Audible is Don Katz. And he later went on to sell the company to Amazon. So if you guys Google Don Katz Investors Business Daily, I would very, very highly suggest reading that article because it's phenomenal. And it gives you the whole backstory of how he came up with the idea to create Audible. And it's just an amazing American success story that I think everybody should look into. Cynthia Beal says, I was thinking about joining Audible. Tug Carter says, hey Tom, from Georgia. What's up, Tug? Good to see you. Deja Vu says, Knicks are taking over the Lakers tonight. Pixel Logic says, Tom, do you prefer to stream from New York City or Miami? I don't have a preference. I like both. Well, look at this abandoned outdoor dining place. So for me, I wanted to set up my life where I can live and work in my two favorite places on earth. And number one being New York, obviously because I'm from New York. But number two is Miami, mainly because the cost of living, the taxes are low, it's beautiful there, the people are great. It's an increasingly, let's just say, an increasingly growing startup culture in Miami, Florida, which I think is going to flourish. And also, one of the biggest decision makers for moving to Southern Florida as opposed to Denver, Colorado, or something like that, it's only 2.5 hours on the plane to get back to New York. So if there's ever an emergency or something like that, 2.5 hours and I'm right back in New York. All right, everybody, we're on East 5th Street now. Boardwalk is black, guys. No, we actually overshot where we needed to go. So we got to cross the street again and then head back uptown because I don't want to head too far downtown. 2 nights ago on the stream, we actually streamed from Lower Manhattan. We got to check out the New York Stock Exchange, which is always good. Pacific Desert Raid says, Tom, how much cheaper is Florida in comparison to New York? Well, it really just depends on where you go. Check out this Tesla taxi. Awesome there. I mean, Miami is getting as expensive, if not more expensive, than New York and Silicon Valley too. I've never been in a Tesla taxi, but I would love to do it. Yeah, Pacific Desert Raid says Tesla Model 3, nice cab. Beautiful cab. Jackie M says it's 5 hours from Cali to New York City. Somebody says there's no state taxes in Florida. How do they pay for public services? A lot of it comes from sales tax as well as property taxes. Because my property taxes are actually quite high, not gonna lie, in Southern Florida. But the thing is, I don't pay any state income tax, which is quite nice. Because in New York, you know, when I lived in New York City, you know, I was paying New York state tax and New York City tax. So I was getting absolutely hammered. You know, about 50% almost exactly of my income was given to de Blasio and Cuomo. Disney cast member says Florida also gets a lot of money from the state lottery. Wanda Ritter says end tourism. Yeah, I mean, Florida is definitely more of a touristy state, but I think that's going to change over the next couple of years. I think there's going to be a lot of tech innovation out of there. This place looks kind of cool. Penelope says, Tom, you need a Tesla. You know, I have said I'm not a big fan of cars, but if I ever had to get a car, it would probably be a Tesla, in my view. Hey, Scurv Tooth says, then there's Oregon with no sales tax. Very cool. Francisco GM says, Tom, there's mostly young people on the streets. Yeah, so in the East Village, it's a big party neighborhood, right? A lot of the New York University college students come here to hang out. This guy's having a good time. Oh my God, Ken Kramer says I pay over $40,000 a year in property taxes. That's crazy. That is crazy. I think my property taxes in Miami are right around $4,500 to $4,800, I think. I gotta look at it. I actually have to, when I go back tomorrow, I gotta do a ton of stuff. So I gotta see. Headed north. But you know, it's good to see everything opening back up. There's actually a lot of people out, which is good. I'm not sure what these guys are all lined up for, but we're gonna make a left on East 10th Street. So we got 2 more blocks to go up. Hey, Shop by Scott, good to see you. If you guys are enjoying the stream tonight in the East Village, feel free to leave a like on the video. As we pass the bar that we were just looking at with all the graffiti on it. I think it's so unique, this place here. Yeah, photos from around New York says the left is Ray's Candy Store.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Something's
One of the most original candy stores in New York City. Hey, Otto says that looks like a happening place. Alpha says I pay about $37,000 in San Francisco property. My brother pays more. His house is bigger. Yeah, it's definitely, the property taxes have definitely gotten out of hand in some states, but I think New Jersey is still the worst. Yeah, JQG Atlas says, I can't believe the amount of new people hanging out in New York City tonight, Tom. It's so cold. Yeah, I'm freezing here. Arjan Worldwide says, Tom, how is it you come from Long Island but don't drive? I don't know. I mean, I know how to drive, but I'd prefer not to. I think public transportation suits my needs just fine. Tina H, good to see you. Phil Peace is what a pro athlete. I think pro athletes live everywhere. Hey, Russ NYC says, Tom, my rent in New Jersey is $516. That's great. Hey, Dad's Midnight Creation says New York looks great. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Yeah, we have a lot of viewers from North Carolina. Good to see everybody. A lot of New Yorkers are actually moving down to the Carolinas, surprisingly. All right, let me show you guys East Village Books. And if you remember correctly, on the streams in the summer, we'd actually skateboard around here. I know, shot by Scott. It says sunny and warm today, Tom, just saying. Well, Scott, I'll be back there tomorrow. Thank God. So here's my favorite bookstore in the city. It's called East Village Books. Very, very cool place. I would highly, highly recommend going here. And I think there was a lot of movies that were shot here too. So please check it out. Ken Kramer says North Carolina is nice. A Disney cast member says I lived in North Carolina for a year and that was enough. Funny. Check out this garbage can here. Hey, Mark says 80 degrees here tomorrow. Can't wait. Hey, Jose says hello, buddy. Good to see you. NYC 999 says, do you drive in Florida? I do not. I do not drive in Florida. Hemp Lord says Charleston, South Carolina. What's up, Hemp Lord? Dad's Midnight Creation says, will you be streaming from Florida? Yes. We stream 5 days a week between New York City and Florida. Phil P, good to see you. Here we got the sanitation workers out in the cold. Big respect to them. Okay, now we're passing First Avenue. We got to cross the street. And it looks like we got 7 seconds. I think we'll make it, as long as we don't get hit by this car. Sorry for the jittering. Somebody's calling me. We are outside of Stromboli Pizza on First Avenue. Marcus says, why do you bounce between Florida and New York so frequently? Because I have a house in Florida, and the vast majority of my clients are in New York. And also because it's very warm and nice weather in Florida. So it gives me a nice break from the brick New York City. Hey, Cosmo Scary's here. Cosmo says I'm outside right now and I'm freezing bricks. I'm freezing too, Cosmo. I think I've lost all feeling in my feet. Just kidding. I'm all good. But it definitely is freezing out here tonight. Good to see you, Cosmo Scary. John says we have never seen Tom and Superman at the same location at the same time. Hey, Aaron Prill's here. Good to see you. Ken Kramer says looking at a condo in Sunny Isles on Collins Avenue to use as a part-time Airbnb. Well, Sunny Isles Beach, shot by Scott, if you're still in the chat here. I think that's where Scott lives. Beautiful, beautiful place. They're actually having the Sunny Isles Beach, Florida, right next to the Porsche Design Tower. Crazy when it's up. And the sunsets over there in Sunny Isles Beach are amazing. Hey, we have the Mighty Bull. What's up, Mighty Bull? Happy Saturday. Hope you're well. Yeah, shot by Scott's. Like, that's my hood. Beautiful place. Hopefully when I'm back in Florida, Miami, me and Scott will link up. Catherine says, how cold is it? It's probably about 18 degrees. But with the wind chill, I mean, it feels like it's 10 degrees outside. Hey, Crazy Autos here says in the very famous Hallover Inlet. Yeah, so a lot of those boats get capsized. Marcy M says news. Thank you, Marcy. Ladio says, Tom, tomorrow will be in shorts and flip-flops. Well, hopefully I land in Miami at about, I think 4 p.m. in the afternoon tomorrow. This is I'm freezing and it's 35. Funny. Yeah, this is about 18 here in the city. I'm freezing too. So I'm not sure if anybody likes bubble tea, but this place is really, really good. I usually frequent the one in Chinatown, but not the Chinatown in Manhattan. The Chinatown in Flushing, Queens. This place is great. Phyllis says, why are you still in New York? Because I'm hanging out. Joey says, where's the Trump Tower location? The Trump Tower location is 5th Avenue and 57th Street. So that's a little bit further uptown. A little bit further uptown. Hey, Terry Docker says, love bubble tea. Yeah, I really can't wait for the summertime here in New York, honestly, because it's freezing here. Very, very, very freezing.
Yes.
Hey, photos from around New York says St. Mark's Place. Yep, we are walking St. Mark's Place, East Village tonight. Gongcha is also another very good place for bubble tea right here. This place is really creepy. Check out all these babies in the window. Hey, Zilch is here. Says, hey, Tom, how's it going? What's up, Zilch? going really good. Hey, Phyllis says we have some great bubble tea in San Diego. You know, I'd really like to visit San Diego. Supposedly, it's one of the most beautiful places in the United States, but I have yet to go there. So I'm definitely looking forward to going there. Yeah, somebody says, keep walking. Mark says, keep walking regardless of the temperature. Ross NYC says, Tom, you have the best moderators. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Here on the Walks in Wall Street channel, we do have the cream of the crop moderators. Hey, what's up, Norm C? Good to see you. I know, Ken Kramer says, San Diego's amazing weather every day. Hey, John says, San Diego is nice. I used to live and work near the USS Midway. Awesome. Very cool. Animal DL says the best indeed. Very true. All right, so now we are almost out of St. Mark's Place. I'll show everybody one of my favorite ramen places in the city. Oh, I think it's closed, unfortunately. Yeah, George Lopez, you're right. Qualcomm is located in San Diego.
And I was like, it's walking distance to everything. And she's like,
Ah, Jackie M says pho. How about any good pho places? Yes. So one of the best spots I've ever been to, Jackie, is right behind New York University. So if you go to Washington Square Park and you head south, it's right there. And it is, in my opinion, it's probably one of the greatest places in New York. Ken Kramer says Qualcomm, good stock. They reported a good quarter. Hey, Jackie M says, cool, my son loves that stuff. Rock Band 5 Million, what's up? Says, looks like a college town. It is. So this is Ray's Pizza. It's a pretty decent pizza place. Zafia Smith says, love this. Good to see you, Zafia. Chris says, breaking news, off-duty officer shot in Harlem. That's horrible. Horrible. Hey, Mark Davis is here. What's up, Mark? Says, good evening, Tom. Hope that all is well with you. Hello from Toronto. Good to see you, Mark. Mark Davis, it's freezing outside tonight in New York. It's like 18 degrees, but hopefully that officer is okay. You know, unfortunately, we've been having a lot of officers shot in New York City, which is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Yes, Sarah G, prayers for the officer. I mean, you got to give these guys credit. I mean, these police officers are out there every day in the rain, the wind, the cold, the heat, everything. And they got to deal with all this nonsense. I mean, I honestly don't know how they put up with it. Hey, Mark Davis, is freezing here in Toronto too, Tom. Ken Kramer says, check out Scar's Pizza on Orchard Street. You know, Ken, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. Hey, Patrick says, Jacksonville, Florida right now is 50 degrees. Getting a bit of frostbite. Oh, Patrick's like getting frostbite from 50 degrees. Jacksonville's a great city. We have a lot of Floridians on the channel. Good to see you. Hey, Marty Lewis is here. What's up, Marty Lewis? Says, oh no, another officer shot. There was one a few days ago, recovering. Yeah, it's crazy. Viviana says, hi guys. How do I go to Times Square to the Ferris that takes you to the Statue of Liberty? So I think you can just take the 1 train to South Ferry. Is that right? Any of the New Yorkers that are in the chat, would that be appropriate directions? Yeah, Times Square, you take the 1 train, you get off at South Ferry, and then you can take the Staten Island Ferry. I don't know if I would do that right now because it's freezing. So here's 51 Astor Place, the IBM Watson building. A couple streams ago, we actually did cover that the IBM Watson healthcare unit was now liquidated. It was sold. Hey, Suzanne says hello from Sydney, Australia. Welcome. Patrick says low taxes. Love it. So this is the Astor Place station. Uptown to the Bronx, you can get the 6 train. And the 6 train, any of the green lines, takes you to the Upper West Side. So anytime you're walking around New York, you see the green lines, that's always going to take you to the east side. Okay, let's go over one more avenue and then walk uptown. This building right here used to be a Kmart, and now it's actually going to be a Wegmans, which is a very, very good supermarket. Ooh, the wind is starting to pick up. Yeah, Lady O's like Wegmans. It's a great place. Lady O, is there any Wegmans locations in New Jersey by you? But everybody, I am going to be sending out the Behind the Street newsletter, issue number 13. So if you want to sign up for the free financial newsletter written by myself, if you type !news, N-E-W-S in the chat, the Nightbot will drop the link so you could sign up for the Behind the Street newsletter, and I send it out every week to everybody. As we're passing East 8th Street and Broadway. Hey, Jackie and Watches Club, good to see you. Lady O's like we have 3 Wegmans in New Jersey. Very cool. Awesome. I think we can cross the street now. I think we're good. I think this is probably the coldest day. Smee Media is like, Tom, have you ever streamed from the High Line? So we have a couple times. Not any time recently though, we haven't. Yeah, Lady was like, the wind doesn't help at all. So this is directly north of Washington Square Park, near New York University. And this is near the Stern building, so NYU Stern. And that is the business school here at New York University, with the very famous professor considered the dean of valuation, Damodaran, Otswad Damodaran. So it's a very, very good resource for everybody If you want to learn about deep fundamental securities analysis, you could check out Professor DeMonaran. And oftentimes on his YouTube channel, he actually posts some of his lectures that he does for the business school students for free. So always cool to check that out. Cynthia Beals' time check, it is 10:16. Thank you, Cynthia. Appreciate that. Jackie M says, Tom, where did you go to college? I went to college right here on 59th Street and 10th Avenue at John Jay, CUNY John Jay, which is in the City University in New York. So if we stand on this corner, you can actually see the very top of the World Trade Center. So right here is the very, very top of the World Trade Center. Hey, Jackie, thank you so much for the $5 donation. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for the support.
How do you feel about the fact that
But now we're gonna walk uptown. We're headed uptown. We're about to pass one of the worst grocery stores in the entire planet, called Gristedes. Horrible, but it's all right. I'm just not a big fan of Gristedes. I used to go to the one all the time on the Upper West Side because I used to work on 83rd Street between Amsterdam and Columbus. I used to go to Gristedes every day. Hey, Christian Lass says, Tom, do you keep track of your miles on the stream? I don't, but I think I probably should. Hey. Carlos says, hey, the One World Trade Center is the best in the world. I agree. Tug Carter says, Tom, stock exchange open for tours now. I'm not sure about that. I know after 9/11, nobody was allowed inside the New York Stock Exchange because it was considered a major terror target, and they actually closed down Wall Street and Broad Street to all cars. Marty Lewis says, Tom, Gristedes is expensive, otherwise it's okay. Good to see you, Marty Lewis. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good weekend. Jerry says Gristedes is marginally better than A&P. But you know what? Not for nothing. Speaking of grocery stores, on 14th Street, right up here, one of our viewers is actually the manager of the Whole Foods. So he manages the entire Whole Foods, which is kind of cool. He watches the stream. Enzo says, Tom, do you travel to other countries? I do not at this moment. What about you? Hey, Kevin Sanchez says hello. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you. Norm C says you need some gloves. So, you know, Norm, here's an interesting thing, right? So, the night we were streaming, when I was wearing gloves, I got horrible frostbite for some reason. Like, it was painful. But without gloves, I never get any frostbite. And I think it's because the gloves trap the cold air very close to my hands. But if I'm just rotating between hands and putting my hands in my pocket, I'm totally fine. Sometimes wearing gloves all the time, it can trap the cold air on your fingers. It's horrible. Hey, John Lee says, hey, Tom, it's freezing in New York today. It is. What's up, John Lee? Ah, interesting. Somebody says they're too tight, try mittens. Perhaps. Hey Larry, this is Tom. How old are you? I'm 26. 26 years of age. Lady O's hit the like button. Appreciate that. If you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to leave a like on the video as we come upon Union Square. Jackie M says like Bernie Sanders mittens. I'll rock a pair of Bernie Sanders mittens for sure. This looks like a school bus, but I think it's a school bus that's turned into a party bus. Hey Talbot says, Tom, are you going to Times Square tonight? Probably not tonight, to be honest. Maybe not tonight. Yeah, Jackie M says 26 was a good year for me. Pixel Logic says mittens are probably not very iPhone friendly. Yeah, Sunshine New York's like Fernando would definitely get on that bus. He definitely would. Mike S, you're crazy. You're crazy. All right, we made it. 14th Street, Union Square. Trinidad Music, good to see you. Hey, Bob says, hi, Tom. We caught you in the James and Carla stream from Miami today. Yeah, I was on there. I can't wait to get back to Miami. So James and Carla were streaming one of the most amazing sunsets I've ever seen in my life. That's one thing about Southern Florida. I mean, you're gonna see sunsets that'll rip your face off. They're so beautiful. Jackie M says, I'm moving to Van Cortlandt soon. Renate says, hello, thank you for this. I am from Switzerland and landed in New York as a very small child. I only have a memory of what my parents have said. Well, thank you for being here. Yeah, Crazy Otto's like steal your face right off your head. That it will. Christian says, I love the Big Apple. Very complete. What's up, Ron? Ron is checking in. Good to see you. Joe Hernandez from Orlando, Florida. Good to see you. Okay, 14th Street, walking uptown. This is Union Square Park. And in the fall here in New York City, there's actually always beautiful farmers markets right here. It's one of my favorite times of year to be in the city. Hey, Sally is here. This is beautiful view, Tom. What's up, Sally? Good to see you. Hope you're well. So maybe we'll take another walk around Koreatown tonight. It is one of my favorite places. Hey, running at altitude, what's up? This is rip your face off. Reminds me of when I walked out of Phoenix Airport in August. Funny. Jackie M, good to see you. This is Tom, where do you stay when you're in New York? I just stay with my family. Hey, Sarah G, good to see you. Barnes and Noble's over there, yeah. So Barnes and Noble's is in this building right here. Lord Kate says, how tall are you? I'm right about 5'3", but A lot of the times I'll wear shoes to make myself a little bit taller, right around 5'5", 5'6". Francisco GM, this is great listening to you, Tom. Thank you. You're the best host. Thank you for that, Francisco GM. So this is one of my favorite Korean barbecue spots right here. Very good place. Hey, Bob Shees says hello from Juniper, Florida. Thank you for what you do. Thank you. Hey, Ruby Falcone's here. What's up, Ruby? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I always get that question though, so I always answer 5'3", 5'4". You know what's kind of weird? Well, the question is not weird at all, but you should see my email. My email is littered with just emails that just like random people asking me how tall I am. It's kind of strange, but I probably get, not even kidding, 5 or 6 emails a week, just from random people, just saying, hey, I love your stream, I just want to know how tall you are. Hey, Tom M is here. What's up, Tom? Says hi from Youngstown, Ohio. Very cool. No, but no, I'm about 6 foot, about 6 foot tall. But it's weird, speaking about height, I was literally always the shortest kid in school, always. And I didn't start to grow until my senior year of high school. And literally I grew like 6 inches in 1 year. And I remember all of my joints, I would be in so much pain. It was really, really strange because, you know, I was always the same height as my mother. And my mother was like 5'5". And growing up, I remember always being as tall as my mother, even in junior year of high school. But for some reason, I just started to grow like crazy my senior year, to the point where, like, literally my bones would hurt. I would be in pain. It was crazy. Ken Kramer's the same with me. It was 5'6". Wow, you grew to 6 foot at 16. Whew. Yeah, that's a lot. So I think this is an AMC movie theater. I would love to go to the movies, hopefully soon. Brett S. says, Tom, have you watched Ben Mala on YouTube? Regards to... So I think he's like a real estate guy. I haven't watched too much of his content though. Out and about, good to see you. Out and about is from Toronto, Canada. Good to see you. Does New York City have an Alamo Draft House? That I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. Does anybody in the comments know? Tony says, what are your thoughts on crypto? So I do see a lot of value in it. The only exposure that I have is to, more specifically, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I do not have exposure to any of the other alternative coins because I think a lot of them are potentially fraudulent, like pump and dump style schemes. But if you think about Bitcoin from a macro perspective, I think it helps out a lot of people who are unfortunately in countries where their local currencies are experiencing hyperinflationary collapse. So you can think about like the Turkish lira, things like that. Even in Argentina, So I think for remittances, like remittance payments, there's a lot of value there. Hey Zilch, thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate you very much. Zilch, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Much appreciated. As we cross the street here, you're going to see one of my favorite views of the Empire State Building. Hey, Lindsay Wade. Good to see you, Lindsay Wade. So check out this view. This is one of my favorite views of the Empire here. Shot by Scott says, does New York City have any famous statues by any chance at all? Anywhere asking for a friend. You know, some of my favorite statues are in Central Park. Central Park has some amazing statues. And I think one of the oldest ones is in Central Park. It's the Bobcat, I believe. Does anybody know how old that Bobcat is? Hey, Nicole B. Winning says, how cold is it? I think it's right around 18 degrees here on the corner of 72nd Street and Broadway. But this building right here is the one and only Flatiron building. I just completely forgot what the building was called for like 10 seconds there. But yes, the Flatiron building. But unfortunately, the whole building is covered in scaffolding. But this is a very famous building here in New York. Dave Alexander says, is this kid blowing smoke up my you-know-what? Perhaps. Penelope says, for goodness sake, go inside and get warm. You know, we may have to take a pit stop in Grand Central Station. We'll see. This is another one of my favorite buildings right here near Madison Square Park. Hey DM, good to see you. Hey Xavier says, aren't they turning the Flatiron building to a hotel? That I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Lady O's like, go to Moynihan train station. Yeah, maybe we'll take a little walk around there. But Lady O, here's Italy, and I think you were talking about your acupuncturist or something like that is right here. So very cool location, awesome view of the Empire State Building. Lena Sandoval is here. What's up, Lena? Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hey, Marty Lewis says Jeff Bezos owns the top floor of the Flatiron. I never knew that. Never knew that. Michelle McGraw, thank you for being here. Yeah, Lady O. Italy's a good spot. Italy's a good spot. Sometimes I'll pop into Italy, get an espresso with like an Italian pastry or something like that. It's a good spot. Hey, Dave Long is here. What's up, Dave? says, wear your gloves. So I left them at home today because I'm actually more cold with gloves on, surprisingly. Hey, Geeky Lawrence 2007, what's up? This is Tom. They are revamping the Flatiron building and putting in central HVAC systems throughout the building to replace the window ACs. Oh, dude, that's sick. Let's see if we could see that. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that. So this is the Flatiron building, but unfortunately we can't really see it because there is scaffolding on it. Tom M says, my daughter is in college and wants to work in human resources. Any thoughts on that? That's awesome, man. That's really cool. You know, I work with a human resource company that works on streamlining a lot of the HR processes, called Workday. It's actually a publicly traded company with the ticker symbol WDAY. So Workday actually works to automate a lot of the traditional human resource processes. So it'll help you onboard, offboard people. So a lot of the times, you know, for example, if I'm building like a portal for a customer, oftentimes they'll want me to integrate that via API to a Workday-like system. So I work with Workday a lot. So human resources departments at a lot of companies are getting smaller, but here's what I'll say. A lot of the times now, companies are looking for HR managers that are really, really tech savvy, right? So if you're working at a big organization in the human resources department, you're probably going to need to be well versed in the particular human resources software that they use. The most common one that I work with on a daily basis is usually Workday. All right, West 26th Street headed uptown. We're making good time. Hey, Roy S is here. What's up, Roy? Kristen says, Tom, have you visited One Vanderbilt? Not yet, but I would like to. D Wood says, Tom, love or money? Both. I always choose both. I'm not very selective. But if you said love or money, I go with both. Zilch, thank you so much for the $2 donation, Zilch. Appreciate it. You're the best. You can see the very top of the Empire State Building. Hey, Jesse says, you must have good shoes on. Good to see you. Bob She says, how are you able to read the responses if your phone's on a gimbal? Well, we try to do the best we can. Jerry says, if you can't swim but sink, Workday will get you off the payroll stat. Nicole B says, Tom, what's the best rooftop in New York? It's a good question, but I'm probably the worst person to ask about that because I don't really drink alcohol that much. But for any New Yorkers in the chat, if we could help out Nicole B winning, what do you think's the best rooftop bar in the city? You know, I think there's actually a very famous one around here somewhere where people line up around the block just to get in, but I'm not too sure what it's called. Yeah, so if anybody knows, you know, please drop it in the chat. Hey, Ian is watching from New Zealand. Ian, thank you for watching. You know what's funny? We actually have a lot of viewers from New Zealand. I think 48 is also from New Zealand. And Grant, good to see you. So we're almost at Koreatown, everybody. Right now we're about to pass West 28th Street and Broadway. But Koreatown is on 33rd Street. Good to see you, Lena Sandoval, Jonathan France. This is Chilly Night, Tom. So we always see these cars in Miami. Always see these in Miami. Hey, Ruby Falcone, hope you're having a good weekend so far. Always a pleasure to see you, Ruby. Man, the FDNY is trucking through there. Love the FDNY. Okay, now 29th Street and Broadway. Yeah, Michelle McGraw's like, wow, okay then. Hey, Andy is here. What's up, Andy? Andy is joining us from South Korea. Good to see you as always. Andy, we're about to walk through Koreatown. Don McLaren says, can't stand when people don't get off the way emergency vehicles. Agreed. Yeah, sometimes in New York it's hard because there's really nowhere to pull over. There's no shoulder on the road, so it can be a little bit difficult at times. Hey, Cashmere Funks is just passing through. So tomorrow's stream, we're going to do an entire markets a look ahead. It's going to be a very busy week on Wall Street. We're going to get a lot of economic news that's coming out. More importantly, or most importantly, the CPI numbers. You know, if you remember correctly, last month they came in at around 7.1%. Pretty high print. And this month may be even worse. Hey, Kevin says hello from Detroit. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Carol, 8 to see you. What's up, Carol? Scott Briggs, what's up, Scott? Cosmo Scary says eating pizza. Very cool. Bob says, Tom, how about the jobs report on Friday? Yeah, the jobs report came in better than expected, which is good, which is a good thing. But the unemployment rate ticked up a little bit, mainly because the labor force participation rate ticked up. That's one of the things, you know, we were writing about a lot in the Behind the Street newsletter. That my main concern with the economy is that the labor force participation rate is at all-time lows. But it's actually just starting to kick up a little bit. So we'll talk about that more in the Behind the Street newsletter. If you want to sign up for a free financial newsletter, if you type !news, N-E-W-S, in the chat, the Nightbot will drop the link where you guys can sign up for the free newsletter. Just punch your email in. So check out this view of the Empire. One of my favorite views of the Empire State Building right here. Hey, Lori E is here. Yes, I do. Infinity. G37X. This is give Long Island a shout out. What's up, Long Island? So that's where I'm from. I'm from Long Island, South Shore, Nassau County. So this is 32nd Street and Korea Way. This is one of my favorite locations in New York City. Hey, Scott Briggs says, I'm repping Long Island too. But this is one of my favorite spots in the city. If you want to come here to have a good time, eat a lot of good food, I would definitely recommend you coming out here to the one and only Koreatown. Hey, Gabe is here. What's up, Gabe? Hope you're well. So we'll do a quick walk around Koreatown, and then we are going to head back to the Moynihan train station. This is one of the best supermarkets in New York City called H Mart. Very good place. Chicken place called BBQ Chicken right up here to the left. Yeah, Carol H is like, I miss H Mart. I miss it too. Let's see if we can see it from here. Hopefully they get an H Mart in Miami soon. Hey Zilch, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Just go buy some pancakes in there. Tell them I want pancakes. Thank you, Zilch. Appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. You're too kind. So these are all really good Korean restaurants here. All good K barbecue places. Wow, GGMYC is so glad we have an H Mart on the Upper West Side now. Where is that? I want to go to that. I never knew that you guys had an H Mart on the Upper West. So here's a really good chicken spot. I'll show you guys. So if you ever come to New York and you want a quick, good Korean barbecue chicken, this place is probably, I'd say, in the top 10. Definitely in the top 10. This place. Very good spot. Shot by Scott's like, Tom's definitely throwing his hands in the air and waving them like they just don't care. You know it. So I think these characters are very famous on the Korean application Kakao or Kakao Talk. I'm not sure if anybody knows about that. But speaking of Korea, we're talking about Samsung, which just overtook Intel for the first time since 2018. Conductors. So pretty interesting that happened. Obviously, we are in a global semiconductor shortage right now. Cosmo, it's like Tom's definitely clubbing hard off stream. We'll see.
Dance floor DJ.
Hey, Nine Angels says, is this Manhattan? Yeah, this is Manhattan. We are on 32nd Street.
shit that's not coming.
So right at the end of the block here, we're probably gonna have one of the greatest views of the Empire State Building. I'll show you guys in a minute. And also you're gonna see Love Korean Barbecue on the corner of 5th Avenue. But right next to it is actually a better Korean barbecue place called Baekjung, which is phenomenal. So we'll check that out. Hey Brian, says Tom, what is your go-to music genre? So I'm a little bit old school. I really like the Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, the Rat Pack. I really like all the oldies there. Yan says, yeah, 1,000 watching. Yeah, thank you everybody that's watching. If you're enjoying the stream, feel free to leave a like on the video for this beautiful view of the Empire State Building. And this is on the corner of 5th Avenue and 32nd Street. Hey, Rosa is here. What's up, Rosa? Sunshine After Rain says, and Billy Joel. Yeah, Billy Joel's fantastic as well. D says, happy Saturday, Tom. Good to see you, Mana D. Mike S says, is Macy still there? Macy's is still there. I'll take you guys on a quick walk through Macy's real quick. Cashmere Funk says, Tom, do you get a copyright from all the music in the background? We do, but it's not really that big of a deal, in my view. Hey, Bianca M says, super pretty view. Thank you, Bianca. Appreciate it. So we're going to walk back to Koreatown to the Moynihan train station to warm up a little bit. Zilch says, buy me something nice. I'm going to buy you something nice, Zilch. Don't worry about it. Hey, Penelope says, love me some WC Handy songs. Bianca M says, what was wrong with your phone yesterday? Yes, we were trying to end the stream, but it just wouldn't end. I don't know why. I think it was because it was too cold. I think whenever the phone gets too cold, it does die on us. All right, hold on. Man, it is packed in here. Jerry says he needed a Tesla phone. DW, good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend. It's good to see Koreatown packed like this. Is also another good bakery. So it seems French, but it's actually a Korean brand. And the same thing with Paris Baguette. Paris Baguette is actually from South Korea. Hey, Estelle is here. Says, hi, Tom. How's your night? I'm doing really good, Estelle. Hope you're well. Estelle is joining us from Australia. Good to see you, Estelle. Hey, Laytha. What's up, Laytha? So we were walking around the Lower East Side today, but now we're back up in Midtown, near Koreatown. ST says, you don't see many officers walking around. Yeah, so the rule of thumb is if you see a lot of police officers, it usually means you're kind of in maybe a rougher neighborhood. So police presence doesn't necessarily mean it's the safest neighborhood. It's actually quite the opposite. So 34th Street, Herald Square. So if you turn to the right, you can see the very famous Macy's building, which is the largest department store in the world. Hey, Vicky Anderson is here. What's up, Vicky? Good to see you. Wu Youngs is feeling night fever. So 33rd Street, Broadway. We're gonna head to 34th Street and then we're gonna make a left. Head towards 7th Avenue, Pennsylvania Station. Hey, Frank Gonzalez, is Tom between Koreatown and East Village kind of active tonight? Looks like you were in Ocean Drive in Miami. Yeah, tonight seems to be a really busy night in New York. And I think it's because, you know, last weekend, if you guys remember correctly, we had a huge snowstorm, so nobody could really go out. So I think they're getting all of their partying in this week. Hey, Nicole B says, you think it'll be warmer by next week? I do. I think so. So here we are outside of Macy's, 34th Street,
I don't care. I was just
7th Avenue.
If we want to take Herald Square, I don't care. Yeah.
Hey, Mark says, hi, Tom. Just curious when you're going to do more YouTube from Miami. Well, stay tuned. Tomorrow we will be back in Miami, Florida. So if you look straight down here, everybody, you can actually see the World Trade Center. I'll zoom in. So right here is the One World Trade Center. Hey, Jonathan Richards says, your stream looks very clear tonight. What's up, Jonathan? Good to see you. So Jonathan, we're actually in the Lower East Side tonight, but now we are back in the one and only Midtown. And so as everybody knows, we don't really have a topic for discussion on the weekends. You know, Monday through Friday, we usually cover the financial markets and technology and all that. But I was reading an awesome article today in Investors Business Daily about Don Katz. And it was an amazing story. Don Katz, you know, created Audible when he was 40 years old. And I would really encourage everybody to read that story in Investors Business Daily about how he founded Audible and sold it to Amazon. And it really made me realize, like, you know, it's never too late to do something incredible, right? He did that at 40 years old. So it's never too late to create something. It's never too late to start a business or to do whatever you want to do. It's never ever too late. Yeah, Sarah G's like, nothing is impossible. Agreed. Hey, Dave Alexander says, take us back to the Garden, New York Knicks. We're about to walk past it right now. We're walking westbound on 34th Street towards 7th Avenue. Lori E says, what building is to the right? So this is Macy's right here. Very famous Macy's building. Wu Yang says, thank you for mentioning my Korean name. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. So I think because it's so cold, the phone battery dies a lot sooner. Hey, BB is here, says I agree you can be creative at any age. So if my phone dies, I appreciate everybody for joining tonight. If you enjoyed this live stream, feel free to leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And sign up for my Behind the Street newsletter. It is the first link in the description. Or if you type !news, NEWS in the chat, the Nightbot will drop the link. But we'll stream for about 25 more minutes until the phone dies. We are outside of Madison Square Garden. But check out the Empire State Building from here. Looks like they're doing major construction over here or something. Hey, sunshine after rain, good to see you. Hopefully you're having a good weekend. Wow, check out all this traffic, everybody. The traffic is so backed up here, crazy. It goes all the way up to Times Square. If you look all the way down here, you can see all the way to Times Square. Hey, everybody says hello from Italy. Good to see you from Italy. Lady O says she goes to Italy almost every year, which is awesome. I'd love to go to Italy someday. My mother's been to Italy, but not me, fortunately. NMD 045 says, where was the game? I think the game is just getting out at Madison Square Garden now. We'll check it out as best we can. So we're gonna head down to 8th Avenue and make a left. And we're gonna be able to enter the Moynihan train station, which is the brand new train station train. Hey, Otto is here. What's up, Otto? Thank you for joining tonight. So now we are outside of 1 Penn Plaza. Looks like the P is a little shifty on us tonight. They got to replace the light bulb. Hey, Tatiana Oliviara is here. Good to see you from Brazil. Welcome everybody from Brazil. Hey, Wu Yang says Tom is a great New York walker. Thank you for that. So Lady O, are you not going to Italy because you have to quarantine when you get there? So the reason why I can't go to Korea is because if I go to Korea, I have to quarantine for 2 weeks when I get there. And that's just not possible. I think that's kind of ridiculous. So once they lift all the restrictions, that's when I'll start traveling internationally again. But for now, no can do. Alright, so we're about to see the Madison Square Garden. If you look to your right, you'll see the New Yorker Hotel, which is actually a dormitory for international students who go to CUNY, or the City University of New York. But the big building on the right with the Greco-Roman columns is the post office, as well as the Moynihan train station. Everybody's out here having a good time. The Knicks game, I think, is just getting out. Does anybody know who won? Does anybody know if the New York Knicks won? 33rd Street now. And this is the Garden, Madison Square Garden. Hey, Shop by Scott's. Good night, Tom. Thank you, Scott. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Emily's like, Tom, the game is still going on. Oh, got something going on over here. We'll avoid that. And I'll show you guys the beautiful view of the Empire. Man, I wonder what's going on here. Oh, I think somebody got stabbed or shot. Oh my God, I'm not gonna show that. Sorry about that, everybody. I didn't know he was injured. Sorry about that. I'll have to edit that out. Hopefully you guys didn't see too much of that. Yeah, I didn't know anybody was injured, so I apologize for filming that there. So apologies. I'll go back and edit that out. Hope everybody's okay, but I think didn't look too good. So I'll give you guys another view of the Empire State Building and Madison Square Garden. Appreciate that, everybody. Appreciate that. Yeah, big respect to the first responders, NYPD, everybody. But yeah, didn't look too good for that guy, unfortunately. But so to warm up everybody, I'm going to take you inside of the post office. You're going to be able to see the amazing architecture, and then you're going to see the brand new inside of the Moynihan train station. Hey, Brian says big respect. Andy is here. Dave, what's up, Dave? Dave Alexander, good to see you. Sunshine, New York. Tom M says, thank God the cops are there. Please fund them. Agreed. Hey, Dean says, Tom, have you seen Madison Square Garden Sphere in Vegas? I have not. All right, so I'll show you guys in here. But we got to be a little bit quiet. I can't really talk loud. But check this out. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. This is inside the post office. So this is the original post office, but they did just resurface everything and touch everything up. But check out all of the architecture on the ceiling. Like, look at the detail. Crazy. Hey, Troy 1995, good to see you. So this is the view of Madison Square Garden from inside the post office. Hey, Pearl Disciple 481, good to see you. So back in the day, all of these windows used to be open with people mailing things. Obviously not anymore, but it is still a functional post office. So one more look at the ceiling. Hey Tuck says, sorry to ask, but is this a repeat of the video you did? It is not. It is not a repeat of the video we did. But we have been in here before. So now you could walk from the post office into the brand new Moynihan train station, or the train hall. Hey, 48 is here, it says evening time. So check this out. State of the art, brand new. And it's crazy the contrast, because we were just outside. Sirens were blaring, it was so loud, and it's so quiet in here. So all the way in the back over here is where the brand new Amtrak lounge is. But here are all the tracks for the Long Island Railroad. So whenever your train is announced, you go underground to the trains. Hey, Paul Stein is here. What's up, Paul? Good to see you. And then under here, Long Island Railroad as well. Aaron Prill, good to see you. Says, man, this place is magnificent. Hey, Carol Williams says, what is the temperature right now? 18 degrees tonight. Yeah, Jonathan Richards says, definitely peaceful. Hey, Johnny on the spot says, loved Massapequa on Long Island. Used to chill at the Jamaica spot, totally cool. Johnny on the spot, that's where I'm from, Massapequa. Hey, Juan is here, says, good evening from Buenos Aires. Alex Lopez, Miami is too hot, Tom, close to 80. Ooh, that's just the way I like it. I like it extremely, extremely hot. Lori E says, everything looks so clean. Yeah, I mean, they just opened it up. It looks beautiful. I'm going to show you guys the downstairs. But my internet connection is usually not good. I am running LTE. So I'm running Verizon LTE, which is not the best in this particular building. Usually AT&T and T-Mobile is a little bit better. So just bear with me here. Hey, Lockjaw's here. Good to see you, Lockjaw. So this is the brand new bar that they just opened up here. Can we get a quick time check in the chat? I'm not sure what time. Says that's the new train station? Yeah, it is. Alexander, good to see you. 48 says, Tom, we have 85% humidity. You'd love that. I probably would love that. So let me know if I start to buffer everybody. So this is the brand new coffee shop here. Smee Media says, isn't Seinfeld from Massapequa? He is. Seinfeld is indeed from Massapequa. Cosmo says, damn, I missed the post office. So now we are back right in front of Madison Square Garden. Yeah, Smee Media says the Baldwin brothers too. So the Baldwin brothers actually went to the same high school as my parents. So my mom and dad went to high school with the Baldwins. Burner High School in Manhattan, in Massapequa. And now I believe it's not a high school. I think it's a middle school. So the Burner Bisons. Hey, Josie's here. Good to see you. Yeah, somebody says it would be nice if they could bring the Metro North to Penn Station. So what they are doing is they're bringing the Long Island Railroad to Grand Central via the East Side Access Project, which is awesome. Hey, Mike S. Says, Tom rides the Babylon line. Indeed, I do. Take the Babylon line all the time. So I think the Babylon line goes from Penn Station to Jamaica, then Rockville Center, Baldwin, Freeport, Belmore, Wantagh, Seaford, Massapequa, Massapequa Park, Amityville, Copeg, Lindenhurst, and Babylon. So a pretty far ride out to Long Island, but Sophia says, what is this to the left? This is the post office, the original post office here.
I'm fucking walking in.
Somebody says, oh dear, masks outside too. I mean, not for nothing, to be totally honest, I'm wearing a mask outside all night tonight just because it's so freezing out and keeps me warm. I mean, if I didn't have a mask during this stream, my face probably would have fell off already. It does, so the post office does still operate. We got the FDNY. I love the FDNY. Ruby's like, Tom, please keep your face on. Well, we'll try. We're gonna try. All right, let's cross the street. We'll check out Billy Joel. We'll say hi to Billy Joel. Gotta say hi to Billy Joel before we call it a night. Vinny Castellano, you as well. Good to see you, Vinny. So we're about to be on the location where a lot of the players come out of the Madison Square Garden. So here's Billy Joel. Madison Square Garden is the center of the universe as far as I'm concerned. I would agree. I would agree with our pal Billy Joel. I'd like to see Billy Joel as well play Madison Square Garden. Ernest Martinez says Billy Joel is an amazing singer, artist, and songwriter. Agreed. So Pennsylvania Station, Madison Square Garden, New Jersey Transit, Long Island Railroad, and the subway right here. But this is actually where all the players pull up to enter the garden to do what they got to do, playing basketball, hockey, and whatnot. So I'll give you guys a quick look at that. Yeah, Pixelogic says Billy Joel is a Long Island treasure. You know, there's a lot of very, very amazing people that have come out of Long Island. Very successful people. So this is right behind Madison Square Garden. We got the FDNY here. Big support to the FDNY. Jonathan Richards says Allentown is my favorite Billy Joel song. So that's where the players go in, right here. Seth says, what's going on tonight? I believe there's a New York Knicks game, according to a lot of the people in the chat. New York Knicks game. Copy that, Leda. Good idea. Hey, Nicholas says, I personally think there should be a train line between Staten Island and Brooklyn. I agree. I think that may be a little bit difficult to do, though, but I mean, there is train service on Staten Island. Lakers up by 5 points, somebody says. The game's not over. Hopefully the Knicks win. I don't really follow basketball, but might as well. So if you're all enjoying the stream tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Hey, Nicholas is here. Says, hello, my friend. Good evening. What's up, Nicholas? Good to see you. Thanks for joining tonight as we're passing the Smash Burger here near Penn Station. Hey, Roy S. What's up, Roy? We're on West 31st Street, Fashion Avenue.
Okay, sure. So
And we're going to cross the street.
We have to go that way.
And I think they're going to take down this Hotel Pennsylvania. I think somebody on the chat said that they were going to do that.
Does anybody have a PNC bag?
This place is going to be a big traffic jam here in like 5 minutes. But everybody, my phone is going to die, so I appreciate you joining tonight. On this channel, we stream about 5 days a week. Monday through Friday, we cover specific financial topics, but on Saturday and Sunday, we sort of just hang out, So I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. It was a crazy week on Wall Street. We had Amazon reported a great quarter, but a lot of their earnings was actually helped out by a one-time profit from their Rivian investment. But it's good news that their Amazon AWS platform is still growing. We talked about Alphabet growing their Google Cloud platform, still losing money, about $815 million, but that is down from $1 billion loss this time last year. So we'll talk about inflation next week on the stream. AMD crushed earnings. Indeed, they did, Ken Kramer. We're right outside of the Pennsylvania Hotel. And I will be sending out the Behind the Street newsletter. So if you have not signed up yet, it's the first link in the description. Thank you everybody for joining. Sarah G, Roy S, Emily, Shot by Scott, Vinny Castellano, Lady O, Merch, Sarah G, Sunshine After Rain, fascinating. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Jonathan Richards, Cosmo Scary, Juan, Latha, and everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. And to the Mighty Bull, have a good night wherever you are, because Michelle McGraw, you too. Sunshine, New York, appreciate it. To the Mighty Bull, have a good night wherever you are, because there is always a bull market somewhere, and you just need to know where to look. And I will see everybody right back here tomorrow. Take it easy, everybody, and enjoy the weekend. And let's get ready for Monday as we get back to business on Wall Street. We'll see you in the next one.